Hi, if you are really thinking of buying a pre-construction condo, so you have to watch this video because this is our subject today. We are going to speak about the process of buying a pre-construction condo in Toronto. Pre-construction condos can be a great way to enter Toronto's real estate market. But the process of buying and financing them is very different from buying a typical resale home. This guide will cover how to find and buy a pre-construction condo, the different stages of the project from friends and family to platinum and VIP, and how you can finance a pre-construction condo. What about HST, taxes, and much more. What you should know. It is very difficult for individual home buyers to get a pre-construction condo unit and usually have to use an experienced broker or brokerage firm who have access to those who have access to the VIP or platinum stage. I have partnered with platinum level brokers who can get you access to exclusive pre-construction condos in Toronto. Pre-construction condo units are reserved while the building is being developed. Once construction is completed, ownership is transferred to the home buyer. The condo units are distributed in 4 different stages. In each stage, the exclusivity decreases and price increases. The down payment is split into separate payments spread over several months throughout the construction. Before ownership is transferred to home buyers, they can move into or rent out their unit, if allowed by the developer, which is called the occupancy period. The 4 different stages of the selling process for pre-construction projects are family and friends, or friends and family, the platinum stage, VIP stage, and then they go to public. So you will see, and anybody can have access to those units, but the prices are quite different because you don't get the advantage of selecting the best units, or you don't get the advantage of the discounted price at the beginning. So how to buy pre-construction condos step by step. Number 1, you have to decide on the location. So decide where you want to live. Location is the most important factor in the real estate decision, and there are many places that you can get a condo within the GTA. Find a broker or brokerage with experience in pre-construction. Look for a broker that has platinum access to upcoming projects. Although no single broker has platinum access to every project, brokers often share units between each other. You can apply for the platinum stage of many different projects through a very well-connected broker. When you have selected the project and you are the lucky winner of a unit, you can sign a purchase agreement. Sign a contract that gives you future ownership of the condo unit once the building is registered with the city. You will most likely have to make a $5,000 down payment at signing as well. The $5,000 is part of the first 5% normally of the total down payment. Set up financing. 10 days after signing the contract, you will have to pay an initial down deposit to secure your unit. So it's the remainder of the 5% minus that $5,000 normally. This initial deposit is part of your total down payment and is usually 5% of the condo unit price. You will also need to get pre-approved for a mortgage loan. Banks will only guarantee the mortgage principal amount, so you will have to wait until about 3 months before the closing day before you can lock in a nice mortgage rate. So you finish with your down payments, but probably your condo unit is not finished yet. So the wait is long, but it's rewarding. Normally prices go up a lot from the beginning of the stage of the platinum stage of a project until the project is finalized and the units are registered to the new owners. While you are given the key at the beginning, you still do not own the unit. However, you can live in the condo unit during the occupancy period or rent it out if the builder allows. At this point, you do not make mortgage payments, but you will have to make monthly occupancy fees payment. What are the occupancy periods and occupancy costs? Since you are buying an unbuilt condo unit, the developer needs time to finish the project. So you receive ownership of the unit when the building is completed and registered with the city. But you can move in about 3-6 months before that day. This period is called the occupancy period or the interim occupancy period. The occupancy period starts when your municipality declares the building as fit for occupancy. During this period, you live in the unit without owning it. With the builder's permission, you can also rent this unit out. The occupancy period typically lasts 3 to 6 months, but is shorter if you live in higher floors since those units are constructed at the end. During the occupancy period, you will also be required to pay occupancy costs or interim occupancy fees, which are monthly payment to your developer. You are effectively renting the unit from the developer until you receive ownership. You can use your tenant's rent to cover this fee if you rent the unit out. The Condominium Act prohibits developers from profiting using this fee, but you can still profit by collecting rent payments. Any interest earned on this fee is paid back to you, and taxes are calculated after consideration of any amount repaid. Generally, you can expect to pay an occupancy fee close to interest payments on a mortgage plus any municipal taxes or condominium fees. If you had a mortgage on a $600,000 unit and you have already made a 20% down payment, then your occupancy cost would be approximately the mortgage interest to be paid on a $480,000 mortgage. The property taxes on a condo unit will cost roughly 0.66% per year. And on the same home, for example, the maintenance fees would be average $400 per month. Condo maintenance fees vary per square foot. However, you may be charged a much higher fee for a higher-end condo. These are required to keep essential services running in the condo even during the construction phase. Who are the top pre-construction developers in Toronto? There are hundreds of Toronto developers in the GTA, and really it is very important to pick the right developer for your unit. The best way is to look at a developer's past projects. This will give you a good indication of the quality and prices of the condo units. Large and experienced developers will also have higher quality buildings because of their resources and experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and keep watching my videos. Next time I'm going to keep posting on my favorite neighborhoods in Toronto. Thank you for watching. Bye.